Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Taylor Jones, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. And what you're about to see right now is something different, probably another poem. And for those that didn't watch my last video, which is supposed to be a skit, a letter from the family, based on anti-socialness and more concerns like you're not getting enough quality time with your family because the whole world has changed a lot. The link will be in the description down below. But without further ado, the poem that I probably might do, even though I'm coming up with it in my head, it will be called As I Look Back. So I hope you enjoy it as much as I did. Well, created. And it goes a little something like this. As I look back, I think about my friends and families. I think about my enemies. I think about all the good and bad times we had. As I look back, I think about traffic lights and regular light bulbs being incandescent. I think about wearing regular clothes to school. I think about how good the music was back then. Even if some of the people will consider some of the lyrics that we heard from back then from our favorite rappers or R&B singers was completely sus, cringy, or whatever you call it. But there's one thing that we can't change: our flow, our style, our stilo. And it takes more than 702 and Missy Elliott to let us know about that. It takes more than listening to classic songs that meant so much for people who were falling in love, or maybe when it also refers to God. For example, B.B. Winans' Did You Know? I remember that song by the way the piano was played, followed by the string orchestra. The string orchestra, man, takes me back to memory lane when I was younger, and even made me think about the bad times I had in my life. I lost two friends, one in 2017 and one in 2019. I stalked a couple individuals, but as I look back to my younger self, look, you can't go back and change yourself. You can't go back to save somebody else's life before he or she decided to pull the trigger on their own head, in their mouth, or right here in their heart. A lack of respect, a lack of love in their hearts. That's what leads us to having animosity in our hearts. That's what leads to suicide. That's what leads to being locked up. And as I look back, I think about the individuals who were always around the corner before they ended up in a casket, before they ended up locked up, before they even ended up moving away or getting married, and before they are out of your life for good. I don't know whether to laugh or cry. I don't know whether to live or die. It cuts like a knife, and it still does, Michael Jackson. It really does. It's crazy that you're out of our lives for 11 years now. Yeah. So yeah, as I look back, I think about the legends. But back to B.B. Winans, the song Did You Know? Did you ever know that you were patient, thoughtful? Did you ever know that you were everything that I need? Everyone needs to have that someone to listen, laugh with, company. Did you know that you were this to me? Did you ever know that you were offering, confiding? Did you ever know that you were everything I'd hoped to be? Everyone needs to have that someone to lean on, cry with, eternally. Did you know that you were this to me? Just like the birds take to air, the wind holds them there. safe and lovely across the sky. That's what you did for my heart right from the start. Did you know that you were this to me? Did you ever know that you were not just a hero? You have always been there and always will be. Since the moment we met, your love just can't forget. Did you know that you were this to me? Just like the birds take to air, the winds hold them there. Safe and lovely across the sky. That's what you did for my heart right from the start. Did you know that you were this to me? Everyone needs to have that someone to lean on. Cry with company. Did you know that you were this to me? 1996 Atlantic. I mean, so much. As I look back, I think about the success and the failures that led me to be who I am today. My innocence and my guilt. They led me to be who I am today. My carelessness and my energy, motivation and laziness. It all comes back to haunt me, but at the same time, it's like a lifelong lesson. That's what led me to be who I am today. 26 years old, still single, but working at a job for 4 years, trying to provide money. I've been through many hit and runs. I never thought that I'd see the day that I make another YouTube video and reminisce the times that I had in my life. Think about the people that I knew, and to come up with a video and a so-called poem I made up called As I Look Back. Because as I look back, all I can think about is the teachers, the church goers, the homecoming dances, the school dances, the parties and all that. The birthday parties I used to have. Swimming in the pool. All I can think about is making a good motivation, making a good move. But until that day, I have to strive and work for better. So as I look back, I look upon all of you right now and see how far you turn out. Some of y'all are doing good, some of y'all are doing bad. And for those who are doing bad, it's never too late to fix it. But even if you have people that won't give you a second chance, like the friendship is dead and gone, let it go, get it over with. Or it's like an old saying, both people that are trying to make change, but at the same time, the people that won't give you a second chance, thou shalt reap what you sow. Who knows how far this has been going? It's been going on for centuries. It's been going on for a long time. Animosity is never dead. Beef is never dead. Even though the black man made a nickname for hatred, like you got ill will. I'm tired of having ill will towards everybody. Even when it comes to celebrities, you don't trust them. You don't even listen to them. Some of them are not religious enough. Some of them are not loyal to the game. Is that why LeBron James walked out on Game 3? Is that why people have been called sellouts for years? Is that why money is the root of all evil? The love of money? So many answers are left unanswered. Well, actually, so many questions are left unanswered because nobody gives a dang. And once the truth is revealed, somebody's going to end up dead or called Benedict Arnolds. Why not become a Nat Turner, a Harriet Tubman, or a Tupac Shakur, or Ice Cube, or Angela Davis, Huey Newton, all that. But why not become the next? I don't know. But that's just a black culture thing. But what about whites? who they look up to. Some of them want to look up to Eminem. Others look up to be a show host like Pat Sajak or the next Ryan Seacrest. But it takes more than meets the eye. So as I look back, I ask one good question. Where have we all been throughout this lifetime? If you want to change one thing about you, what would it be? How would you do it? And what would you do if you look back in your own life? Now you see where I'm coming from. You heard my story. There's nothing more to tell. But in the end, we know good and doggone well that as you look back, as we all look back, the question is, was God in my life? Was he? If not, why not? I'd rather be recognized. I'd rather have a liked video for what I'm saying, because it's a so-called poem. But alas and alack, life is not so simple. Not because you're a ghetto child, not because you are bullied, not because you are abused, but because you never look back enough. So what would you do if you look back? I already told you my side of the story, so there's no turning back. So keep moving forward. But before you even think about making your first step without looking back, you have to look back before you make that step. Because next thing you know, the step that we make be a change. And by change, a brighter future in a little thing that we call life. Because I know the whole world is not about white versus black. It's more than that. But was there any peace? Think about that as you look back. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. As I look back, a so-called poem I made up in my head. But like I said before, for the last video that I made for a while back, the link will be in the description bar down below. But if you feel like you enjoyed this poem and it really got to you, especially right here or right here, because guess what? A mind is a terrible thing to waste, and your heart has got to be pure somehow, and the time is now. Feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already, and there will be more in stores. But until then, this is yours truly, Taylor Jones, aka TC Jones Edits, signing out.